Houston, we have a problem. Why are we so stupid? Sometimes, a lot of the times, we will see anime and watch it and just be completely unrealistic. It is not accurate or fair to generalize all anime fans as being unrealistic. Just like any other group of people, anime fans have a diverse range of backgrounds, beliefs, and interests. But they can be unrealistic for a multitude of things. A lot of the time, people watch anime and want to see unrealism. They hate the fact that some characters act normally. But if I'm for real, it is not accurate to say that all anime fans hate regular anime characters that aren't extraordinary. While some fans may prefer characters with exceptional abilities or personalities, many enjoy watching relatable characters who face relatable challenges. That being said, some anime fans may prefer extraordinary characters because they find them more interesting to watch. These characters often have unique and compelling personalities and abilities that make them stand out from the crowd. These characters often face more dramatic challenges and conflicts, making for a more exciting viewing experience. The thing is though, I am noticing an uptick of fans starting to hate on these regular characters with no powers. For instance, we see an anime like Tokyo Revengers and hate a character like Takamichi because he's weak and he cries. This might be a bad example because as a man, I'd probably say stop being so babyish, mainly because he's a man in a middle schooler's body, so stop being afraid of kids younger than you. But we can take anime like ReZero, for example. Subaru is weak. His only ability is to go back in time, and to do so, he has to die in the timeline so he can restart it at a checkpoint. Every time I will watch an episode where Subaru dies and goes back in time, there will be a bunch of idiots in the comments getting mad over the fact that Subaru is traumatized over seeing him and his friends die multiple times. I get that he should have been used to it, but something like that takes a massive toll on you after a while. So that's where anime fans piss me off, because that is the most human reaction ever. They don't sympathize with Subaru's emotions because this is an animation and it's not real life. If this were real life, they would look at it so much different because you are watching people you love getting stabbed, watching them bleed out, and then you get killed again. Then the worst part is you have to go and see that again and again to get the timeline right to save everyone. Everyone doesn't realize that Subaru has to die for his ability to take effect, and he isn't immune to feeling pain when he dies. The psychological toll it takes on him is devastating, because he can't communicate his feelings to anyone else. If he tries, the curse that allows him to return in time squeezes on his heart and stops him from being able to speak on time travel. So, we then have anime like One Piece, where people hate on Usopp for being scared of fishmen, giants, and people with monstrous abilities when all he can do is snipe, saying that he's the most annoying character. But when I see him, I see a version of me that would be highly terrified in these situations, not knowing how to fight all these people with crazy abilities. He's a regular human like the rest of us, and I believe the reason why we hate characters like these is for the fact that we see ourselves and that we go and watch anime to escape the fact that we are weak and afraid. So we want to see strong, powerful, and influential people who are very cool, so we can try to live vicariously through these characters, and we idolize these characters and say, oh wow, look how cool he is, and see how unnerved he is in this scary situation, and say, I wish I could be like him. That's what all of us are saying in our heads. That's why we get mad at the clueless and brain dead made characters when a baddie throws themselves at them and they don't seem to notice. People in the comments end up saying, oh, if that were me, I would do this, that, or the third with her. We live through these characters, and seeing characters like us piss a lot of the community off, because if y'all wanted a relatable character, you would just go about living your own lives, which is nowhere near as fun. Let's take a second to take a step back and look at the anime world, an anime written around a weak character / ordinary character. They show there's more to just being strong. They want to go down a different route and tell a story we might have never heard of. That is why I'm not mad at a character like Osamu from World Trigger, where he shows that he doesn't give up just because he's weak and is willing to be a real friend and put his body on the line to save his friends. I like these bland, lame main characters because their hype moments make these animes so exciting to watch. It makes you so much more appreciative of the art before you. Overpowered main characters are fantastic, but don't make a story. They set up a parody. Let's take One Punch Man for example. We laugh at all of his opponents and say, "You wish you could beat Saitama." No one can beat him because he's way too strong. But it doesn't build a plot and gets repetitive and boring. So you don't take a show like that serious, because it's pretty hard to make an anime like that into a story because no conflict is dire. I like seeing Journey, and I think everyone else would enjoy it a lot more than they let on, because it builds something you fall in love with and appreciate all the characters. You end up enjoying the plot so much, and that is the benefit of having a quote-unquote boring lame main character, because they make a fun and adventurous story that people end up appreciating so much. I like my characters to be relatable because that makes me feel like them in a way. I can't relate to Naruto, Ichigo, or even Luffy. They may have some good stories, but I've never had the same experiences they had at all. My parents weren't killed by demons or even become revolutionary members or leaders. But I can relate to someone who is entirely regular, has no insane abilities, and has a big heart. I feel like I can easily put myself in these stories and understand what all these main characters are going through. Maybe I'm different and I like stories with substance. The way Vinland Saga has now transitioned from fast-paced fighting scenes to a slow-paced story that conveys something, where it explains that revenge isn't everything. And after you get revenge, what is it that you want in life? If you dedicate all your purpose to that one thing, you won't have anything. Violence isn't the answer, is what Vinland Saga is trying to explain. It might be boring, but it is a fantastic story explaining something beautiful. I need anime fans to learn, stop being stupid, and understand anime for more than overpowered characters. They need to look at the story for what it is. It's worth noting that different fans have different tastes and preferences regarding anime characters. And what one person finds boring or unremarkable, another person may find relatable or endearing. But we need to be more open and willing to see what the anime world has to offer. Peace.